generations sell out the future of Ireland's young for prosperity. In the 70s and 80s, we had less prosperity, but we felt we had a future despite immigration, etc., and knew had a definite pride in being Irish and respected our past, which people have since been encouraged to spit on and be ashamed of by RTE, Irish Times, etc., so as to destroy our identity and allow the powers to open the floodgates to all varieties of indifferent foreigners who have been allowed in and not and just and given not just equality but privilege over the native Irish, which has made almost impossible for our youth to get a house and start a family of their own. I'm sorry, son, that the generations older than you have voted back in the scumbags that are selling out the future of the young native Irish down the shore at the behest of hard left ideology that has been drip fed by sorry, I'll just read that again. I'm sorry, son, that the older generations have voted back in the scumbags that are selling out the future of the young native Irish down the shore at the behest, so like at the speed of a hard left ideology that has been drip fed to them by RTE on the mainstream media over the past 30 years. Maybe things have to get worse before they get better and hopefully open their eyes of the average voter to make the break for real change that brings people of the so-called far right to power. Who wants to put who want to put their own native youth above the alien economic migrants who have no identity with or regard for our future future and present of the country. Sorry, who want to put our own native youth above all alien economic migrants who have no identity with or regard for our country's past, present, or future. We have to take our country back from the traders in the Dáil. Completely agree. It's absolutely right. And thank you, Jim. Jim Brennan, 3953. He was born in the 60s. Yeah, same as both my parents actually. They were born in the late 60s. So not too far off yourself. And you're absolutely right. They're selling out the country completely. And thank you for apologising. Not your fault. But yeah, they voted them back in. But it's also a fact that the young people are not getting out and vote. You know, it's sad to see. You know, like I've spoken to people who are my age and they're like, ah, no, what's the point in voting? Like, there's no point to it at all. There is. You know, you have to get out there and have your say. You can't complain if you don't have your say. But unfortunately, a lot of people aren't. And that's bad. You know, you should be getting out there and having your say. But yeah, a lot of people aren't. And it's coming back to bite us in the arse. Have your say. You know, let us know what you think. Like we need to have our say and vote when we have the opportunity. Can't go and complain if we don't actually fucking vote, you know. But you're right, because the older generations want to keep things the way they are. I don't see how anyone benefits, and like they obviously have grandkids and kids of their own. Yeah, baffles me. I think you're right. I think they'll let things get to a point where there's no return. Things have to get worse before they get better, which is really sad to say, but we have a very reactive as opposed to proactive, you know? And yeah, sad to see your culture and your heritage eroded before your eyes. Um, and that's what I'm thinking right here. I don't want to see our fucking futures be completely eroded. What do we pass down to our kids? That's what we really have to think about. Will there be anything to pass down? Wouldn't that be awfully sad, like if we had nothing to pass on to the future generations? I think so. I think that'd be awfully tragic. Um, yeah, and our sense of national pride is definitely something that gets quashed. And the so-called far right, I like how you've said that because I think if you want the far right movement, you have to be well organised. And in Ireland, we are famously or disorganised. My mum will kill me for getting that wrong. Yeah, we're not very good at organising stuff. I don't think we think that far ahead. We're kind of like, no, we're not. we're not far right. We're worried about the future. We're worried about the women and children in this country getting attacked by scumbags coming in from abroad who have no respect for women. And look, we've got enough scumbags already. We have a problem with antisocial behaviour from our own local people. I'm not saying that Irish people contribute to no crimes at all. They absolutely do. But as a solution to bring in more people and pile in more crime on top of a struggling police force, that's your solution, then you need to get the fuck out of here. Maybe we all do. But Jim, thanks very much for that. Appreciate someone of your generation saying it as well, because we need people from all walks of life and all generations to give their opinion and have their say. And the fact that you're saying it only proves what I'm saying more. So thank you very much for that, Jim. Make sure I haven't skipped anyone. Let's move that again. Girly voice 3210. I've been unemployed in Ireland for a long time. Do you have any advice on how to get good menial jobs? Thanks very much. There was a large comment section which I'll just put up here. We'll have a look at that in a second. Yeah, so let's discuss it in this, but for menial jobs, like you were asking, when I was young, like really young, going out and applying for jobs, it's very hard to get a job by just sending out CVs, you know, the old fashioned way, going in and handing them out. A lot of summer jobs I would have gotten where if there were labourers needed on site, you know, there was quick money, there was cash in hand, you know, you didn't have to actually pay tax on it. So that was great. Um, my dad got me into them, so that was a good confidence booster. But yeah, I would recommend that you get involved with your local development centre. Wexford Local Development Centre are someone who I can't thank highly enough. Just finished a course with them, the Mind Yourself Wellness Program. There's also first aid courses. There is driver's theory tests, like for nervous drivers like myself. It's definitely something that I benefited from doing. Um, and the instructor was brilliant on that. There was loads of really great people who helped me out with that course, and I can't thank them enough. Brilliant. And then also, I was just at my wits' end, and I got involved with the mental health services down here. Just walked into the doctor's surgery. I was like, I'm struggling. I'm mentally ill. Can I have some help, please? I think I'm gonna do something stupid. Well, not stupid, but something serious. Sat down for a while, got involved with the mental health services, got set up with a psychiatrist, a addiction counsellor, then working with her, Catherine, she was brilliant, really good. Jovi, the psychiatrist. But I got help that I needed. And then I got put up with Breda, an occupational therapist who has been helping me get more CVs out, building the CVs up. I also went to Wexford Further Education Centre and got help on my CV. So I recommend you do stuff like that. Now I'm looking for a postgraduate job, so a menial job. I'd say you wouldn't have much of an issue, but you can build up a CV. Doing little courses here and there is 100% something I recommend. Set yourself apart from the rest of the competition. And I don't even think of it like that, like competition. We make everything into a competition, but you know, definitely give yourself a stepping stone where people will go, okay, she was out of work here, but she did this course, that course. Um, so she's obviously keeping busy, you know what I mean? Obviously you want to be earning money, of course. Yeah, obviously. Um, you want the job, you've asked me for help. So like in fairness to you, you're reaching out and no problem there at all. Best advice I can give you is keep yourself busy even if you're not working. That shows an effort is being made on your part to go out there to seek employment. But only like not only that, you're bettering yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like you're going out there, you're doing unpaid work because it is work. You know, it's a course. You're giving of your time, but you'll have a qualification at the end of it. Um, Obviously, yeah, my college degree, but now I have a wellness, um, mind yourself program. which teaches you all about job skills, such as interview, uh, conflict resolution, big one, definitely a big one in the workplace. How to deal with conflict, something we all are going to have to do, unfortunately. But put yourself in a good position to deal with that. Um, got involved with coaching as well, which has its own perks. That's also voluntary, but it's something I love. Maybe you have a hobby, get involved with it, give something back. I think that was something that I felt when I started rugby coaching. I'm not the healthiest at the moment. I'm not doing very well, but I can give something back, and I have knowledge on the sport, so I can help people out. So yeah, I hope that helps. Put a bit down here for you. Also, um, mentioned all those anyway. Yeah, and you said thank you for the response. I've done a few courses, but I'm not getting the support I need to make informed choices that will actually lead me to employment. I wasn't aware of occupational therapy. I'll definitely look into that. Yep, no problem, no problem at all. And that's what I said. Put your mind at ease when you're in a tough spot. It's something for you to go, look, I'm doing something in the meantime. I've done all the work that I can do. I've done that work. So it's not as if I've been lazy or not being proactive. I've done stuff while I'm not in a full-time job. So that shows an effort on your part. Just couldn't recommend that highly enough. If you can get involved with some sort of service in your local area, and one thing can lead to another. You can realise that there's help out there that you never even thought. I didn't know that there was all these services available to me until a neighbour told me about them, and then like the Wexford Local Development Centre, and then I got involved in loads of courses. I was given a presentation in front of people just on how it helped me. People from different groups, and it does help. I would have not have done a presentation. I remember in college like when I started, so that's only back in. Jesus, I started in 2017. Jesus, it's 7 years ago, soon to be 8. No way in hell I was given a presentation in front of people. Now I give it, and I don't mind. I actually volunteered to give presentations. I like speaking in front of people, so I've done a complete 180. I've completely, you know, um, put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Biggest advice. You might feel nervous, but you'll know if you don't like something. You'll build skills, you'll build resilience. Definitely something I can't recommend highly enough. And then JI7 NKJ. The lassie only wants a job for fuck's sake. Now, I commented on that. That's why he said easy tiger. So you obviously I thought you were saying to me, just to clarify if you're watching, but I thought what you were saying was why you shouting on audio with all this useless information. The lassie only wants a job for fuck's sake. Could you narrow it down a bit? That's what I thought you were saying. If I got that wrong, I'm sorry. That's what I thought you were saying. It did sound like it in fairness, like when you look at that, it sounds like you're shouting on out with you. She only wants a job. Tell her how to get a fucking job. That's not what. That's obviously not what you meant. Just my shorthand way of saying it's shocking the amount of hoops youngsters have to jump through to get even the most menial of jobs. What I mean is that when I left school in the 60s, finding work was never a problem and everyone had a chance of a trade if they wanted it. I wasn't mocking, I was just saying how bloody hard it is for the young people today, and it makes me angry. Yeah, all right, no issue. Sorry if I got the wrong end of that there. Explained there. I've got a few people making negative comments, but I do agree with you. It is ridiculous, 100%. So sorry again if I got the wrong end of that. I deleted the comment if, yeah, it's the Gen Z in me. Do apologise. Yeah, recommend patience. Definitely have patience because, say, take that. So, yeah, you got to have patience, unfortunately, because you have to jump through hoops, as he said. He's right there, for sure. It's demoralising to be Irish in Ireland from Irish hyphen thinker 4429. We're getting really into the video now, and my voice is starting to go. my eyes are just, but don't worry, we will prevail. Persevere. Persevere is the word I was looking for. We will do both. We will persevere and we will prevail. Yeah, can't offer any reassurance, sadly, to you, Irish hyphen thinker 4429. You're completely right. It is demoralising. You know, you're told to be ashamed of yourself, basically, in no uncertain terms. Basically, just shot all over and told, showing pride in being Irish. You're stale and pale, you're boring, you're worthless, you're stupid, you don't know anything about your culture. Yet all you do is shit all over it and tell us that we should be ashamed to be white and Irish. How are we supposed to feel good about that when all you do is condemn our actions all the fucking time? Completely agree with you. And then you go on to say, I left a year and a half ago, age 39. I just had enough. I'm home for Christmas, but if my ma wasn't here, I'd never come back. Yeah, um, I understand completely. Sorry to hear that, mate, but yeah, I don't blame you one little bit. Hope you're hope you're getting on well now. Anyway, hope life is a little easier. But unfortunately, this story is not uncommon. So many people doing the same, and you got to ask yourself why. And I think we all know why. Simon Harris says we're going to get people back. There's a lot of memes going around of Liam Neeson on the phone to Simon Harris going, "I will find you, and I will bring you back to Ireland." If Liam Neeson showed up and told me to come back, I think I might listen. Scary fucker. The man was a boxer as well. Don't think I'd be arguing with Liam Neeson if he came all the way over and told me to come back. He's the only guy who could save us. He will bring them all back to Ireland. Mark my words. But nah, it's you're kind of there thinking Simon Harris is saying what he should be saying, but you're like, good luck with that. Let's see how you get on with that. Thanks, man, and chin up. Thank you very much. No worries, will do. And same to you, bro. Hope you're okay. Hope you're doing better now anyway. Just make sure I didn't miss out on any. Nope, all good. Elizabeth Murray, 5781. She's giving me advice for my IBS. Buzzcan ban tablets. Buzzcan ban. Heard of them before actually. I take them and they stop the pain. You can buy them in the chemist, so if the stomach is hurting, get them. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Elizabeth. Thank you very much. We'll definitely do that. Going to get assessed. Actually, checked in with the gastroenterology department in Wexford General down here. So yeah, definitely will check that out. Got more tests to do. It's not been a very pleasant experience. It's very embarrassing as well. I think you'll agree, isn't it? Not going to go into too much detail. You probably know yourself. You want to be discreet, but it's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? I certainly find that way. But look, thank you very much for your advice. I'll definitely listen to you. Also going to just take the doctor's advice, so we'll see what happens there. But thank you very much for your advice. Certainly take it on board. Yeah, that's all I said there. And then we have our good. See now. R quadruple F triple G Magi. Good. Moving abroad is not the answer to all your issues. Completely agree. You got to get yourself right beforehand. Got to get the head right. You know, get the noggin sorted, and then everything will work itself out. But as I've said here, neither is staying. I know it's not going to fix anything, but it's got to be worth a shot. Yes. Many people believe that if they move away, everything will be magically better, and I can tell you that is not the truth. Go if you want, but don't expect miracles. Yeah, okay, look, get that. You're right. Got to sort this out. Like people say, the grass is always greener. I get that. Not disagreeing with you on that. What I'm saying is that is actually why I haven't gone abroad before, because I haven't got the head right. And I thought to myself, if I go abroad, I don't have to support my family. I don't have the mental health services, and I wouldn't be ready for it. But I'm feeling more ready now, and I'm thinking to myself, I'll go and see and enjoy it, and yeah, down here, just really want to see Australia as well, something I've always wanted to do. So I think you're right, but also, what's the harm in trying? Maybe you're trying to warn me. Don't just think it'll fix all your problems. In which case, I agree, and I'm perfectly willing to accept that. That's why I'm getting the head right before I go. Um, yeah, yeah, and you're right. Look, people do expect I'll go abroad and everything will work itself out, um, for sure. But what's the alternative? Staying and being miserable, as Signaman said earlier. Don't be flogging a dead horse, and don't stay and be bitter. Go and be sweet. Said we're going to take that and we're going to take it. It was a brilliant quote, and I think you're dead right. Me staying here getting bitter and moaning all the fucking time. Well, yeah, look, I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. Um, should I sit here and just whinge about everything, or should I take the bull by the horns and go abroad? Might leave the bull at home and then go abroad. See what I did there. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But it's got to be worth a shot. It's just get an itch in the beard. Might have to trim up the beard. But we have Deet 1558, who already commented, but he's back. He says, anyone I know that moved over to Australia, have never returned. That sounds like they all died. Anyone who goes never returns. No, I know what you mean. I know 8 people in Perth now that are 7, 8, 9 years plus, and all have their own house and are financially stable. I'm afraid Ireland has that all too common characteristic of our close neighbours now, and it will only get worse in time. Our close neighbours, of course, being Britain. One thing Australia has over us and the UK is a proper visa system, whereby you have to meet all the criteria to gain entry, of which we are lacking in a big way. It's like a cow in the field. If the gate is open, it will walk through. Yeah, 100%. And look, you've just even reinstated my belief. Yeah, grass is not always greener, or or quadruple F, triple G. But yeah, look, you're saying it, D 1558. You have personal experience, your friends. So yeah, and you're right. Once again, Jim Henderson was saying it up there, and he was dead right. Our mate Jim was just talking about it. Things will have to get worse before they get better, and he's right. And you've said it there. That's the thing. Australia have a proper visa system. Like a working holiday visa. Jesus Christ, these things keep popping up. Fuck's sake. Knowing those videos keep popping up in the corner, and you're just like, fucking hell, will they? Oh, I'll have to get better at editing soon. Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. As the channel grows, I will develop my skills. But yeah, you've said it there. They don't want to come back. They obviously are enjoying the quality of life. I would see myself as someone who goes and comes back. But yeah, like, I'll always love Ireland. It'll always be a part of me. But my brother said to me, I can see you going and living there. I think you'd love it. Um, and maybe I would. But getting more and more convinced that I'm able to do it. Just a shout out to that channel, Bog Trotter Ireland. This lad here makes a load of really good videos, so check him out if you get a chance. And this lad is also very good. Steve, an alcohol-free lifestyle. just talking about, he's a recovering alcoholic, but there's some good advice in there if you need it. Just recommending those channels. Definitely give them a watch if you need them. I was just talking about my mum moving over to Australia. Um, yeah, apart from family, I don't really see anything keeping me here. Not really, sad to say. That they'd be friends, obviously, but I can always see them again. Um, Gotta live my life as well, you know. Yeah, my mum said she loved it. It was a great experience, and she only moved back to Ireland because her and a friend said that they wouldn't leave each other. And then her friend never spoke to her. They fell out of contact. But look, that's what I'm saying. Do it for you. But if she hadn't come back, I wouldn't have been born. So every cloud has a silver lining. And then just down here, Deepwood 558. There's not much to miss here unless you're very close to your family. Well, I am, yeah, so I will miss them for sure. Um, when you see your own people pushed to the side for new arrivals, I'm afraid it's time to pack up, man. Yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, it is for sure. Definitely, you can complain all you want, but if you're not actually getting anything for it, go abroad. Sometimes the grass is greener. Oh, yeah, but that's what I'm making the point here. Talked about it again. The medical scientist job, but look at the pay was ridiculous, So it's and then as well when I've applied for jobs, done my research, thought what jobs would I actually like, and not only that, like if you go into a job or you apply for a job where you're underqualified, I'm always of the impression you can lie and bullshit your way through a CV. Girly voice, actually, if you're listening, you can bullshit your way through a CV, but if you lie, you will have to do the tasks that you say you can perform, and then you look bad when you get in there, and that's kind of embarrassing. So, yeah, look, you sell yourself in an interview, of course you do. These I'm talking about performing tasks and selling yourself. You know what I mean. But yeah, loads of throwaway comments about life being easier, but it's not. It fucking isn't. Maybe in some aspects, yeah, okay, fair enough. But in other aspects, like you have to have a degree to get a job now. No one will hire you without. No one will fucking hire you with one. It seems as well. But yeah, like I've had like since I got a since I had my first pharmaceutical job, or even before that, like we'll include that. But there's been about 5 interviews. Then I've done another interview only recently for a telecommunications company, and that was okay. Like that, they'll get back to me in the new year. There might be a job there for me, um, in a different area that I wasn't considering. But for the science-based jobs that I'm going for, the pharmaceutical industry is huge in Ireland. Um, yeah, a lot of them don't even have the decency to get back to you. Yeah, like I say here, I'm not expecting to get every job. Like they do just ignore you, and their reasoning can be ridiculous. And I said it in another video, but your salary expectations were too high, and you're kind of going, I didn't want to discuss it with you. I said I didn't want to discuss it. 40 grand when I have experience in another job. Oh, you think too highly of yourself. We're not giving you this. Who do you think you are, basically? Well, you asked, and I told you. Do you want me to do you want me to say that I think I'm worthless and should be paid fuck all? Like, what do you want? You know? I don't know. Um, but yeah, throwaway comments do not help anyone. Got the world at your feet. The world is your oyster. You're much easier now than before. Blah blah blah. Different challenges, I would say. I would say back in my dad's generation, he worked his fucking arse off. My mum worked hard as well. My mum always had self confidence that I wish I had, where she literally left the job after a day. Now it was a menial job, She didn't like it. And she left. She was just like, fuck this, don't like the place. I was in a clothes shop. I worked in a clothes shop for a year, so I don't miss a chance to get a little dig in there and go, ah, yes, you see, see, she's a perfectionist and a bit of a control freak. So when people would go and mess up the clothes that you just folded freshly, I remember my manager used to go to me, oh, you have to do this all again. I was like, what? Because someone took a sleeve out, it'd make you do the whole second again. Used to drive my mum mental, she was saying. Um, so there we go, the older generation. But no, having respect for yourself and having a sense of what you will and won't tolerate is a good thing. So I recommend that. I needed that. I was just willing to put up with anything. Don't do that. Don't be like me. And then D1558. Different times, mate, but if depression grabs you, it just makes things harder. Take it from a man that lost everything, suffered hard with depression, but came out the other side stronger. Well, I really hope you're all right now, mate. Thank you very much for your advice. I hope you're much better now. And you're right. When you come out the other side, as I say, when you hit rock bottom, the only way is up. And by the sounds of it, you have lost everything. Um, but yeah, keep fighting, guys. Keep fucking fighting. Um, yeah, no, I agree with you there. I have a brother that went to college all his life, achieved everything up to a doctorate, only on half decent money now, nearing 50. Yeah, yeah, it's not good. And that is literally all I was told. Now I wanted to make my dad happy and go, yeah, I'll do a trade, but all the teachers were like, you get fuck all without a degree. My dad said you get fuck all without a degree nowadays. My mum said it was all go to college, get a degree. Did that. Like you were saying there, fell into very bad depression. In and out really, wasn't dealing with the problem. And so if we look at a or quadruple F, triple G. We'll just call you Triple G. It sounds like a rapper's name. G. But yeah, right. In that regard, going abroad won't fix all your problems if you're not mentally well. So, like me not dealing with my problems, to go back to your point, um, it just kept happening. So you're absolutely right. If you don't fix the core problem, just got to keep repeating it. And you ever see that? Like a lot of people will get well to go back to the thing that made them sick in the first place. That's a brilliant quote. My brother said he liked that. That's mine. That's my own. I'm claiming that because, but yeah, it's true. Why get better to go back to the thing that made you sick in the first place? It's like when I'm better, I can go back to work. You mean work that made you sick because you were too stressed out in work? Like my mom's job made her very sick. She has polymyalgia rheumatica, PMR, which is like arthritis, but every fucking fiber of her being literally is sore and she gets inflamed and it's awful. But it's less common. She says she's a medical enigma, which is what you don't want to be because if you're a medical enigma, there's not the tried and tested methods. Like methotrexate usually works for rheumatoid arthritis, which my auntie has, and she's fine. It doesn't work for my mom. My mom also has. They initially thought it was rheumatoid arthritis, but it's osteoarthritis, I think, or inflammatory arthritis. You can have coexisting ones, but basically stress brings on a huge amount of inflammation. And my God, did the poor woman have a lot of stress at that time? So yeah, get this right, but learn from it. As they say, like nothing changes if you change nothing. Well, that's not just for a gym workout, that's for life. Change something big in your life. Careers, maybe venue where you work, because you can't just up everything and change careers. I get that. Look, we all have responsibilities, that's fine. Um I get that. Completely fair. Um and I don't know what everyone's going through. We all have our own crosses to bear. Get the head right, then consider what you want. And if you can do certain things, maybe other people can't. Maybe other people have kids and have that responsibility. I get that. That's fair enough. But whatever you can comfortably do to get yourself right, as long as you're not hurting anybody else and you're financially okay, go for it. You know, um, get yourself right. do what you want to do, as long as it's within your means. Angela Gardner, 5230 again. I'm from the UK, thank you. I'm from Dublin, as I said, Dublin, Ireland. Gavin Tuesday, 4959. In no uncertain terms, it's shite being young in Ireland, under 30 years of age, economic and social. I taught students of 2008 who then experienced through the economic crash, well, just finished college in 2006, but went through the shit show. It was tough as they lost the grants to go to college, etc. Like what we in 2000 to 2006 enjoyed. Yeah, there you go. But Christ on a stick, cost of living affects everyone in brackets. The woke crap in education, the excessive stuff, not basic human rights stuff. Yeah, exactly. We still deserve basic human rights for sure, Gavin. Absolutely. Nah, glad I grew up when I did. You today do have it horrible. Yeah. Um, at the same time, attitudes to mental health was way, way worse, even pre 2006. It is hard to ignore the current lot is rather whiny, but I acknowledge that things are different today. Even I get a sense that people just don't give a fuck for each other nowadays. Everyone out for themselves. Um, yeah, Gavin, you make a lot of really good points, and they are trying to get rid of grants as much as they fucking can nowadays. It seems, unfortunately. But yeah, have to agree with you on the whininess. Yeah, like I worked with refugees, as they say, from Syria, and they never complained. I've worked with Romanian guys, Polish guys. I've talked about that in this video, but yeah, there were a lot of young people complaining and saying, "I'm not doing that." Had a terrible work ethic, and I say I thank my mum and my dad for giving me and my brother a good work ethic. And I feel ashamed to complain, but right here is a good line. So many others did, and nothing happened to them. They got away with it. If they said, "Oh no, stop picking on me, I'm not doing that," or they claimed they were being bullied or harassed in the workplace, like you were saying, just whining and only looking out for themselves. A lot of times, what I found was people would only do, um, only help me out in the job if they wanted to go home early. So it's like, right, you get up, you get off, I want to go home. But they wouldn't help me out just for the sake of helping me out, if that makes sense. Um, it is ridiculous. And there is a lot of complaining. There's a lot of soft people who just complain, and mental health is a lot better. Let's be happy that it is, because I completely take your point. You made a very good argument there, Gavin. I wouldn't have gotten half the help that I've gotten today, even before 2006. So I completely appreciate that. It's bang on. I'm very lucky in that regard. So let's take some of the positives and be grateful for that sort of thing. 100% with you on this woke crap in education. Have you seen that SPHE book where the mixed race family are all wonderful and marvelous, and the Irish family are bigoted, racist, um, hate doing? They don't do anything. They don't do anything except play the Gaelic games and watch Irish channels. They don't travel abroad. Yeah, they bacon, cabbage, and ham. Sorry, bacon, cabbage, and ham. Bacon, potatoes, and cabbage for breakfast all the time. For dinner. Jesus, let me start that one again. The Irish family only eat bacon, lettuce, and potatoes for dinner. There we go. Um, every day, literally every day. That's what it says in the book. Fucking ridiculous. Holding the pitchfork with the woolly jumper and the stone cow in the field. You haven't seen it, check it out. It boils your blood, you know. It's fucking disgusting that they're allowed to do that. They're just basically saying that Irish people are thick, unwilling to acknowledge any other ethnicities bar their own. They don't want to, um, I don't say assimilate, but they don't give a shit about mixing with other cultures. They actively encourage their children not to The children only do Irish dancing, they only play Irish sports, they only associate with other Irish children, only watch Irish channels, only eat Irish dinners, all that shit. Bollocks. Fucking bollocks. Like, how out of touch with reality are these people? And you see it in the education system, how stupid and out of touch they are to say that people aren't making a living on the social welfare system. They've been doing it for years. Ireland and the UK are notorious for that. It's why when you go to Australia, people are saying you'll actually have to work over here. Now, in fairness, I believe that all the Irish people going to Australia want to work, because it just won't be tolerated them being on benefits. So there's no point in them going there. But yeah, that's the thing I've been saying. The harsh reality is hard work doesn't pay off because if you don't give lip back, you're just expected to do more because you're seen as a pushover and you're not allowed comment. And when you do give lip back, it's treated more harshly than the person who always gives lip because there's an expectation. You see what I mean? They're expected to give lip back. You're like, oh, you're the good little fella, well, big fella in my, but you'll do all the stuff. And I do feel ashamed. I feel like a little privileged Gen Zer when I gave any lip back. It was like, I have to prove to myself, my dad, and now that I'm not soft, that I will just get on with the task. Because I do think a lot of this generation complain and whine a lot. Perfectly willing to agree with you on that, Gavin, because you're right. You are right. Different times, yeah. But no, you're spot on. There's a lot of very privileged people who whinge and want to be the CEO of the company they're working in without doing any of the hard yards. You know, like you pay your dues, you have to pay your dues in any job you're in. 4 years of college for me, apprentices have to do 4 years before they qualify. You know, in anything, like you don't just get to walk straight or go straight to the top unless you're the CEO's son or whatever. You get given a position of power without putting in any of the hard work. Seems to be a lot of our politicians, FYI. Not all of them, but a lot of them seem to be absolutely fucking clueless about the working man. Let's just say. Thank you, Angela. You need to get yourself fit, my man. You're telling me, sister. Ain't that the truth? Um, yeah, working on it. There's been a lot of shit going on, so it's not being the top priority of mine. It used to be, but as you can tell, I've let myself go a bit. Um, don't judge me. There's been a lot of shit going on recently, so as I say, there's been other stuff and a lot of stress, a lot of inflammation. So bear with me. I'm working on it, Angela. And she says, anyway, I'm off, boy. You'll see that in a second. Thank you. There we are, down there. Indigenous hyphen rights. Claim Indigenous self-determination and no forced assimilation under international treaty is illegal. Life is only difficult in Ireland if you don't learn about your rights and use them. It's not something governments can bequeath but are forced to comply by said international treaty. All right, very interesting. Era boo, era to victory. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. If you check that channel out, he makes a lot of arts and crafts, like traditional Irish stuff. You're right. Know your rights. Don't be whinging like I know my rights and all this stuff, and not be prepared to work or do anything. But I definitely know your rights. Now that's something I agree with. And use them, like know them and use them within reason. I would say. But yeah, no, I definitely keep that in mind. So thank you for that, Indigenous hyphen rights. Mick Daly. You're right, but read two books by Colin Wilson, The Outsider and Religion and the Rebel. Then you might wake up. All right. He hasn't answered me on that. He hasn't responded to me. But what exactly am I waking up to, Mick? Mick Daly, 2778. Don't really know what you mean by that. So you're saying I'm right, but read two books. I'll definitely check them out. Maybe you're saying, get back to me when you've read them. Like, gonna read them and then go, what the fuck was that? You know, like Bradley Cooper in Silver Linings Playbook. What the fuck? Oh, um, can you elaborate a little bit more on that, Mick? Get back to me on that. Angela has left the building. Catch you later, Angela. And then we have Red Man Mister Two. Lol. Why make these silly videos? They change nothing. Well, I'll tell you why. They obviously do change something. They've changed a lot of people's perspectives. Why make very bland comments just telling me I should stop doing what I'm doing? There's obviously a lot of people who disagree with you on that. There's at least 60 people who disagree with you on that because they liked the video. And then there's loads of people who have agreed with me and commented and said, thank you for making the video. And I'll go to the replies. And here we are. A lot of narcissistic shit popping up. Yeah, some people like to know that they're not alone. It might make their day a little better. And yeah, you don't have to watch it if you don't like it. I'm not putting a fucking gun to your head. But if you've got nothing good to contribute or meaningful, like you're not really helping anyone. You're just telling me what I'm doing is stupid. These silly bids. They obviously changed something for some people. A lot of people have thanked me for making them, so disagree with you on that one there. Red Man, Mr. Two. I've mentioned that in the comments. And then we have icon photography and production. I wouldn't call them silly videos. The many who are creating videos like this are portraying their experiences with life in modern Ireland. My wife to be is Irish, and both my grandmothers are Irish. And when I'm visiting, I feel at peace and at home in Ireland. But my other half back in 2021 flipped when I suggested we move back to Ireland and did not want to move back, but I managed to convince her to give it a chance. We have both worked our other backs off, our arses off, over the last 10 years. I myself work 7 days a week in three jobs since March the 3rd, 2017. Fair play to you. I'm guessing you're American. I've heard of Americans really having to work to live as opposed to, or sorry, live to work as opposed to work for a living, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, it's really a land where you work for what you get, you know what I mean? There's no real benefits, like there's disability payments and welfare checks over there, but certainly doesn't seem to give you as comfortable a life as what it would over here. But we have both worked our other backsides off over the last 10 years. I myself work 7 days a week in three jobs since March 3rd, 2017, and we have made a very nice bit of savings. We plan to move back in early 2025 with the plan to set up my production branding company with my other half continuing in healthcare. Fair play, very important work. But this year I have really been doing my homework on Ireland, and just before the election we decided to put it off. Wise decision, I think. A month later it is totally cancelled. I am heartbroken as Ireland is an absolutely stunning country, many great people. Totally agree with you, but it's heading in the wrong direction with frightening amounts of corruption from business right the way through to central government. Sorry. I am heartbroken as Ireland is an absolutely stunning country with many great people, but it's heading in the wrong direction with frightening amounts of corruption from business right the way through to the central government. And we were heading on, on a one-way mission, planning to invest all of our hard-earned money. Sometimes you have to block your heart and listen to your brain. Yeah, absolutely true. Head in my heart. I love that song. Very true. Sometimes this knows better than this, and sometimes the opposite way around, but rarely. Sometimes, like we just normally should trust our gut instincts. You know, rarely does a decision that we make with our heart work out well, even though we hope for the best. I still secretly hope we could retire to Ireland 25 years in the future, but I very much doubt um, we would be making a move beforehand. For the record, we visit on an average of 6 to 8 times a year, but watching and reading endless amounts of content, it seems the Emerald Isle would be the best, would not be the best plan, as many native Irish are getting out. Yeah, exactly. Now, spot on. You look like a fairly young man. Thank you. First person to say that to me. Most people think I look older than I am. You look like a fairly young man. If it's not working and it sounds like you have given it a chance, then get the fuck out. There's no use in wasting your life being miserable and broke. And I'm fortunate to have made a good life and career where I now, where I live now. But believe me, 10 years ago, I was in your shoes in a job that I hated so much. I would go to the toilet to slap myself in the nose to make it bleed so that I could go home, as I hated it so much. Very sorry to hear that, but unfortunately, I can completely relate to that. I used to go splash water all over my face, take a massive deep breath, and you know what they start making me do? Clocking out for toilet breaks while they let people go for like fucking 20-minute cigarette breaks. I took about 8 minutes before. I was just so stressed. I remember picking up a cup and just fucking smashing it because I was like, this is driving me up the wall. You can hear it in my voice right now. So I'm sorry to hear that, but something I have experienced, sadly. Um, Wishing you the best of luck, but remember these three things. One, plan ahead and do your research. Don't just jump. Agree. Uh, Work at anything and save, save, save. My first job when I moved was a cleaner for 6 months. And believe me, the toilets on a Friday and Saturday morning in a city pub had me dying as I scooped vomit out of the sinks, but I stuck at it. Yeah, I've had to clean out rotten bins, and you wouldn't believe the shit you like, literally shit that you'd find in them. But you want to talk about these? My my brother actually cleaned out public bathrooms for extra cash, got out the poor boy, and you name it, he found shit in places no one should ever find shit. He found blood, like as well, and not nose blood, put it that way. And it was in the female bathroom. I'll just leave it at that. You can kind of work out what I'm talking about. Fucking vile. And let me tell you something. You think to yourself that the male toilet is going to be much worse than the female. Not the case, guys. We think of women as being little angels, but when you've cleaned out a male bathroom and a female bathroom, it will definitely change your perspective. Trust me. And three, getting back to your points, never be a pushover or be frightened to fuck someone over who has it or is treating you badly. As kindness gets you no. Sorry, I'll read that again. Um, Three, never be a pushover or be frightened to fuck someone over who has or is treating you badly, as kindness gets you no place in this world. Treat people as they treat you, as there is a cunt in everyone. So find that inner arsehole and use it to your advantage. Ugh. So, icon photography and production. That is a very good and detailed piece of advice there. And you're right. That's why I'm always saying it. You can't be nice to everyone. Um, you certainly can't. And look, I'm kind of with you on that. You know, if someone's being an arsehole to you, do not be afraid to fuck them over. Why should somebody else get an opportunity that you deserve when you've put in all the work? Jeez, what the fuck with this? But why the hell would they do that? You know, don't be a pushover for anyone. Like, stupid. You know, you agree, and you agree with everything I say, obviously, because I'm with you on that totally. Let's go back to your comments there so people can see them. You're right. They say nice guys finish last, and I think we don't want to admit that because it's sad to admit it, but it's true. Like, I'm a big believer in being decent to people until they give me a reason not to be. Um, like, why should I treat someone well if they're going to be an absolute cunt to me? 100%. You know, completely with you on that. Couldn't agree with you more. If I could like that 1,000 times, I would. Yeah, Got to grow a thick skin, as my dad used to always say. But if you're just a pushover for people, as I've said already, work will just keep getting dumped on your lap. Not only that, but you will be expected to pick up the slack for everybody else. Um, they'll get away with it because you set the ground rules early on. No, I'm not doing that. I won't put up with that. And people allow it. Everything you've been taught is a load of shite. That just work hard, be diligent. And when you see, like, I know I've already mentioned it, but Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO, there he is. Look, it makes a lot of good videos, but Simon Sinek was on, someone who I also like. But sorry, one sec, guys. Just pause that. Yes, dear. Oh, we have more quiche. Ça c'est excellent. Burrito, the conflict. Why, and the force be with you. Well, shit, don't I? The brothers just come in to raid the pantry, as you said. um, yeah, we're certainly taking our foot off the gas in terms of dieting, as if we were ever dieting. Who am I kidding? Um, but yeah, you're right. Like, I do like these. I think there's a lot of really good comments, I have to say. Very profound, guys. Fair play to you, and I completely agree. I always think to myself, like, you've obviously worked extremely hard and done disgusting work, which I fully appreciate. So fair fucks to you. But it's all with an end goal, like um, voice is breaking there. But you've obviously worked your arse off for the photography and production company. But it's all with that goal, you know what I mean? That's how I kind of saw it. Like, you do the shitty jobs so you can make life easier on yourself. You don't do them for the rest of your life. If there's a job that you think I would be fucking miserable doing this the rest of my life, like, I imagine you never saw yourself cleaning toilets for the rest of your life and scooping fucking puke out of the sink. I would like to think you've got higher standards for yourself, but you clearly do. Um, you're someone that I'd like to meet. You sound like a good person. Um, got a good head on your shoulders, and you're dead right. You make three excellent points, and also that line, like, I relate to that. I never harmed myself, but I certainly broke stuff in jobs because someone was just driving me up the wall, driving me fucking insane. Just how much of a cunt they were being. So we most certainly have that in us. Yeah, don't let someone fuck you over. If you're kind to someone who is manipulative, predatory, and takes advantage of other people, they'll just keep fucking doing it. You can try and be kind to them all you want, they'll just keep fucking you over. There are people in this life who are just takers. They'll just keep taking. Um, someone treats me well, I'll treat them well, but I certainly will not treat someone well if they're trying to fuck me over and take from me. Um, so have boundaries and set the rules. Let people know from the get go you will not put up with this shit. It's not fucking on, and you shouldn't put up with it. So thank you very much for that, Icon Photography and Production. And then we have our final. Just before I actually get onto it, yeah, I've had life experience, and yeah, I won't be a shitty person. Don't be a shitty person, but don't tolerate bullshit. Certainly have respect for yourself, which I have a lot more now, even in my short few years on this planet. 100%. Um, a very Merry Christmas to you. I hope you had a good one. Hope everyone had a good one. But our final comment is from Catherine Donahue, 2662. What's silly in expressing your problems if it helps you? Our horrible politics. Sorry, I'll start that again, Catherine. Apologies. What's silly in expressing your problems if it helps you? Our horrible politicians are selling us off. We Irish are in serious trouble. Wake up. Catherine, thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who's basically stood up for me here in the comments section. Because Redman has decided to say that what I'm doing is completely pointless. What's the point in making these silly videos? They change nothing. Well, look, clearly, let's just have a look for you there, because you clearly think they aren't doing anything. But we'll show you. There's three people, including myself, that disagree with you. So there you are. There's the point to it. So you're wrong there. Not going to stop making them anyway. But Catherine, you're dead right. We are in serious trouble. We need to wake up. But thanks for sticking up for me. Having people here arguing for me, you've no idea how much that means to me. This has been brilliant, getting your perspective. And having lots of comments gives me the ability to do a Q&A. And I was thinking I won't do a Q&A because there's not enough people commenting. But if people keep commenting like this, I'll be able to do it. For sure. I'm going to go back just to the screen. Guys, look, thanks very much for that. You know, it means the world. Like that. This is why I started doing this in the first place, to make a difference. You have given me the belief that I am making a difference. Obviously, what I'm doing isn't all lost on people, and it's not pointless. You're clearly getting something from it, and I know I certainly am. And the whole reason I'm getting something is because you guys are letting me know that you like it. You're commenting, you're sharing. People have shared some of my videos as well, which thank you for doing that as well. Obviously, we are in a shit place, and I mean, I knew that anyway. I expected some people to agree, but didn't expect so many people to actually comment. So, including myself now, but I'm just going into my video and commenting all the time. There was 59 likes, and there was 1,461 views. Why aren't you all liking it? Get out there and subscribe as well if you're viewing it. But there was 118 comments, including some from me. You're engaging, which is great. So thank you very much. I'm just scratching the head. No, and I'm looking for the new year to be a positive one, and I'm looking to grow this channel even more. It's obviously getting traction. It's getting traction and it's getting popularity because you guys are appreciating what I'm doing, and I appreciate you guys, and I mean that genuinely. I'm not here to say that I have the solution to everyone's problems. No. But that's a big fucking bold claim to make, isn't it? What I am saying is I understand you're going through shit. We all are. And to have a place where you don't have to pay for it, you know, feel free to put anything in the comments if you'd like. Want to make suggestions of what I'll do in the future. But this review is something I thought I'll do while it's fresh in my mind. While you guys are engaged and, you know, getting into the channel, I thought, let's see what these guys have to say. Give a voice to the people. And as I've said, I really do appreciate it. This is the whole reason I started it. I had a grand vision for the channel, and look, I wasn't expecting it to grow hugely, but it's taken off already, and I'm really happy about that. So, guys, thanks a mil. Thank you so much. I wish you all a very happy new year. Comment on this, you know, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. All that jazz that YouTubers are supposed to say. And like, that's the thing, gratitude. The fact that I'm able to make these videos right now is something that wouldn't have been possible before. There's a lot of people struggling out there, and hopefully they feel more heard. You know, I haven't got all the solutions, but I'll certainly help wherever I can. Before I ramble anymore, my voice is getting really dry. Should have brought more water. I didn't bring enough. Only brought one glass in with me. Need a hell of a lot more. Guys, thanks a mil. Hope you've had a really good Christmas. Hope you've had a good Stephen's Day. Let me know what you're doing for New Year's Eve as well. If you're doing anything. Sometimes just want to relax. That's okay too. I know I love Jules Holland at New Year's, so that'll be something I'll be doing. Unless I make plans. But look, no issue with that. That's what I'm saying. Be comfortable in yourself, but just around family members, and then anyone else is an added bonus. And that is certainly a lot that I'm grateful to for 2024. I think this has been the year of growth for me and personal development. I have learned so much about myself this year, and I'm very grateful for that. And you can hear my voice going. So, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks a mil. It's long before the dog's barking as well, so better let him in. Thank you very much, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.